My neighbor was just getting out of bed one morning, simply reaching for his slippers, and crack. He fractured a bone in his leg from that one small movement. He didn't fall, he didn't bump into anything, yet he was in pain for weeks. What sounds impossible is a daily reality for millions of people over 60. You might be more surprised by this. This is not an inevitable part of aging. It is a silent, incredibly common, yet overlooked condition. Even in people who eat healthy, live in sunny places, and get regular health checkups. The culprit is a condition, vitamin D deficiency. The danger is this: it doesn't cause pain, fever, or swelling, but it gnaws at your bones, burns through your energy, disrupts your sleep, weakens your muscles, throws your hormones out of balance, and makes your body age faster than normal. 70% of people over 65 have a severe vitamin D deficiency, according to endocrinologists in California. They think fatigue is due to old age, but the truth is their bodies are depleted and no one realizes it. In this video, I will show you 5 silent but dangerous mechanisms that vitamin D deficiency triggers inside your body, from mitochondrial dysfunction to chronic inflammation, and how you can reverse this condition without strong medications. If you have ever felt weak, frequently achy, or worried about your health walking down the stairs, watch until the end. What you are about to learn could completely change how you live healthily in your golden years. Now let's begin. Reason 1, mitochondrial dysfunction reduces energy. It's hard to believe, but the tiny cells inside your body, specifically the mitochondria, play a vital role in keeping you alert, healthy, and energized enough to live each day to the fullest. Mitochondria are like little power plants. They take nutrients from the food you eat, converting them into the fuel your body uses to think, move, digest, breathe, and even heal injuries. But when you lack vitamin D, those plants start slowing down, and the result is you feel like you are living in a constantly drained body. A woman named Linda, 72, living in Ohio, once shared, "I didn't understand why I was tired all day. I'd wake up and want to lie back down. I lost interest in walks and didn't have the strength to cook lunch for my husband." At a checkup, her doctor found her blood vitamin D level was only half the necessary amount. And what surprised her most was, after 2 months of supplementing with vitamin D as directed, the exhaustion gradually faded and her spirits lifted too. Modern science has now proven vitamin D not only strengthens bones, but also participates directly in mitochondrial activity. When vitamin D levels are low, mitochondria are damaged, and the energy production process is interrupted. This not only causes prolonged fatigue, but also weakens immune function and reduces recovery ability after illness or injury. For older adults, this is a very dangerous cycle. Fatigue makes you less active, and less activity weakens mitochondria further, making you even more tired. What's particularly concerning is, this condition is often mistaken for natural aging. Many people assume feeling drained is an inevitable part of getting older. But in reality, it could be a warning sign that your mitochondria are starved for vitamin D, and your body is silently crying out for help. You don't need to wait until you're exhausted to act. Simple things like spending 15 minutes in the morning sunlight, supplementing vitamin D correctly as guided, and increasing foods rich in good fats like salmon, eggs, and olive oil can all support mitochondrial function. And the best part is, when your mitochondria work well again, you will clearly feel vitality gradually returning to your own body. So if you are often tired for no clear reason, don't rush to blame your age. Think about vitamin D and let the power plants inside your body be properly restored. Because once your energy source is reignited from within, you will be surprised by what you can still do at any age. Reason 2, parathyroid hormone imbalance. There is a small endocrine gland behind your throat that few notice, the parathyroid gland. Though it's only the size of a pea, it plays a vital role in regulating blood calcium, protecting bone health, and maintaining a stable heartbeat. When you are deficient in vitamin D, the parathyroid gland starts to malfunction. And from there, a series of dangerous problems begins to form, from osteoporosis and muscle weakness to an irregular heartbeat or even unexplained bone fractures. One morning in California, James, 75 years old, retired for 10 years, woke up with a sharp pain in his back. No fall, no impact. An X-ray revealed he had a vertebral fracture. The main cause was his low blood calcium, while his parathyroid hormone was abnormally high, a classic sign the body is trying to compensate for a prolonged vitamin D deficiency. Because of his lack of vitamin D, his parathyroid had to scramble to keep calcium stable by pulling calcium out of his bones, silently weakening them in a way few realize. The parathyroid has a specific mechanism. When it sees low blood calcium, it produces more hormone to bring calcium to a safe level. But if the body lacks vitamin D, which helps absorb calcium from food, then no matter how much calcium-rich food you eat, your body cannot absorb it effectively. That forces the parathyroid to borrow from your own skeleton. Day after day, your bone mass weakens without your knowledge, until a slight turn is enough to fracture a hip or a misstep on the stairs lands you in the hospital for weeks. This condition is more common than you think. According to the National Institutes of Health, up to 60% of people over 65 have a parathyroid hormone disorder that is not diagnosed in time, because the symptoms are often confused with normal aging, fatigue, aches, insomnia, a rapid heartbeat, or unexplained anxiety. The good news is you can absolutely improve this condition. Just by maintaining a stable vitamin D level through morning sun exposure, correct supplementation, or a complete diet, you will help your parathyroid gland function in balance again. When this hormone is no longer overstimulated, your bones will be protected, your mood will become more stable, and your cardiovascular health will also improve. If you've recently felt easily agitated, had a faster heartbeat, or experienced aches and pains for no reason, don't ignore this sign. Your parathyroid might be overworking, and with just a little vitamin D administered correctly, you can help your body return to its natural state of balance. Because when hormones are properly regulated, health naturally follows. Reason 3. Reduced magnesium absorption causes cramps. Have you ever been asleep when a muscle cramp strikes suddenly? A sharp, painful contraction in your calf, foot, or even your fingers, waking you in the middle of the night and ruining your sleep. For many older adults, this happens so often they start thinking, it must be because I'm getting old. But the truth is, it could be a sign your body is lacking magnesium, a mineral needed to relax muscles and regulate your heartbeat. And more importantly, vitamin D deficiency is the reason for reduced magnesium absorption in your body. We all know vitamin D helps absorb calcium, but few know it also determines whether you retain magnesium from food. When your blood vitamin D level is low, even if you eat green vegetables, walnuts, or drink enough milk, your body still cannot retain enough magnesium to maintain normal muscle function. The result is just a slight movement, one night sleeping in the wrong position, or a colder than usual morning. Your muscles can contract intensely, causing pain and prolonged fatigue. Mrs. Elaine, 68, from Arizona, used to get cramps so bad she couldn't get out of bed each morning. She tried taking magnesium supplements for months with no improvement. At a checkup, her doctor realized the problem was elsewhere. Her body's vitamin D level was extremely low. After just 6 weeks of regular vitamin D supplementation, the cramps significantly decreased, and she no longer had to cringe every time she slept in the wrong position. Magnesium isn't just about cramps. It also plays a role in over 300 chemical reactions in your body, from stabilizing blood sugar and regulating your heartbeat to supporting deep sleep and improving your mood. When you lack magnesium, you don't just get muscle pain. You can also feel anxious, nervous, or even mildly depressed. And when you lack vitamin D, this gets worse, because your body cannot retain the magnesium it needs to function. So if you frequently get leg cramps at night, or feel restless, sleepless, and have persistent muscle pain, the problem might not be aging, but that your body is crying for help. It needs vitamin D to retain magnesium so your muscles can relax and your mind can rest. You don't need a cabinet full of supplements. A diet with leafy greens, almonds, and fatty fish combined with checking and adjusting your vitamin D level correctly will help you gradually regain comfort and ease in every small movement. Because sometimes just giving your body the right nutrient is enough for that nagging, persistent pain you have endured for so long to disappear as if it never existed. If you're still watching and find this helpful, I'd love to know. Just drop the number 3 in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I'd encourage you to follow and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Your support helps us create more helpful and inspiring content. Reason 4. It affects cell repair genes. Inside every one of your cells, there are genes that act as repair crews, constantly checking, patching errors, and restoring the small damages that occur daily from aging, pollution, stress, or even natural mistakes during cell division. Thanks to these genes, your body can silently self-repair and delay aging. But what many people don't know is, these repair genes only work effectively when you have enough vitamin D. And once you're deficient, the internal recovery process starts to lag, making you weaker, sicker, and older, faster. Professor Michael Holick, a vitamin D research expert at Boston University, once said, "Vitamin D is not just a vitamin, but a hormone that affects over 2,000 genes in your body. Among them are many genes responsible for protecting cells from damage, fighting inflammation, and preventing abnormal growth, including changes that lead to cancer. When vitamin D levels are low, these gene repairmen start working more slowly and less accurately, making your body more susceptible to accumulating damage and hidden diseases." Mrs. Margaret, 76, had undergone 2 knee surgeries within 3 years. Despite a healthy diet and regular exercise, she still frequently suffered from inflammation, joint pain, and slow-healing wounds. When her blood was tested, her doctor was surprised by how much her vitamin D level was below what was needed. After regular supplementation, her inflammation decreased markedly, and the wound from her most recent surgery healed faster than expected. It was by improving her vitamin D that the repair genes in her body could function properly. This mechanism isn't just about wound healing. When your repair genes weaken, you'll find you bruise more easily, and even a small scratch takes many days to recover. Feeling sluggish, unexplained back pain, or a slower memory can also stem from the cells in your brain, bones, and skin no longer being maintained properly. And what makes this more dangerous is, it happens very silently, like a beautiful house being eaten by termites from within, undetected until the walls start to crack. But the good news is you don't have to wait until your body breaks down to act. Supplementing with vitamin D correctly, combined with enough sleep, a diet rich in omega-3s, and reducing exposure to toxic chemicals, is the best way to help your repair genes work effectively. Then every cell inside you has a chance to recover, protect, and maintain its youthfulness. So if you feel you're recovering more slowly after each illness, or see your overall health declining despite your efforts, take a moment to ask yourself, have I taken enough care of my internal protective genes? Because when your repair genes are properly supported, your body will not only heal faster, but also become healthier from deep within. A priceless thing at any age. Reason 5. Increased visceral fat causes inflammation. There's a type of fat not just under your skin, not visible in the mirror, but silently accumulating around your internal organs like your liver, heart, and intestines. That's visceral fat. In older adults, this is the most dangerous type of fat, as it not only increases your waistline, but also produces inflammatory substances, damages the immune system, and promotes a host of chronic diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and even cancer. What makes this more serious is a vitamin D deficiency can make visceral fat accumulate faster, in greater amounts, and more dangerously without you even realizing it. Vitamin D plays a key role in regulating how your body stores and uses fat. When blood vitamin D levels are low, fat cells, especially visceral fat, begin to take over more space. They not only increase weight in the abdominal area, but also release inflammatory cytokines, plunging your entire body into a state of chronic inflammation, causing fatigue, aches, reduced resistance, and a prolonged feeling of weakness. This simmering inflammation makes your body constantly feel like it has a mild sickness that won't go away, a very familiar feeling for people over 65. Mr. Daniel, 69, was once healthy and maintained a stable weight, but just 1 year after retiring, he began to feel tired often. His belly grew larger despite not eating more, and test results showed his visceral fat had exceeded safe levels. When his doctor investigated further, his blood vitamin D level had nearly bottomed out. After being guided on proper supplementation and increasing light outdoor activity, not only did his inflammation markers drop, but his waistline also improved significantly. Many studies have shown that vitamin D deficiency is directly linked to an increased risk of belly fat and visceral fat accumulation in older adults. It's worth noting that this type of fat cannot be identified by weight alone. You might be thin in your arms and legs, but if your belly is gradually getting larger and feels firm, that could be a sign visceral fat is building up. And once it appears, it not only makes you feel heavy, but also weakens your entire immune system, making wounds heal slowly, making you prone to colds, or causing unexplained fatigue. You don't need to run every day or go on an extreme diet to improve this. The first thing you need is to check your vitamin D level, supplement according to your doctor's recommendation, and take advantage of the gentle morning sun to support natural fat metabolism. Combined with a few small lifestyle changes, like reducing refined sugar, eating more green vegetables, and getting enough sleep, visceral fat will be quietly but sustainably melted away. If you feel your belly getting fuller, your body heavier, and your spirits down for no clear reason, stop and ask, could visceral fat be silently causing inflammation in my body? And if so, remember that vitamin D, simple, accessible, could be one of the first keys to helping you regain a sense of lightness, wellness, and clarity from within. We've gone through 5 silent but incredibly dangerous mechanisms that vitamin D deficiency causes in older adults. Disrupting mitochondria to exhaust you, creating a parathyroid hormone imbalance to weaken bones, hindering magnesium absorption to cause cramps and aches, impairing cell repair genes, and increasing visceral fat buildup to cause systemic inflammation. Each problem is different, but they all share one starting point: a deficiency in a vitamin that seems small, but affects every corner of your body. And what's noteworthy is most of these effects happen in silence. No severe pain, no clear symptoms, just a gradual weakening, a growing fatigue, unusual sleepiness, or losing the agility you once had. So many people accept this as part of old age until they fall and break a bone, suffer from prolonged insomnia, or discover a hard-to-treat disease. But you don't need to wait until your body sounds the alarm bells. With a simple blood test, some careful observation, and a few gentle changes to your daily habits, you can completely turn the situation around. Start with easy things. Get 15 minutes of early morning sun exposure daily. Eat vitamin D-rich foods like salmon, eggs, and fortified milk. Or talk with your doctor for proper supplementation if needed. A small action today can bring a lighter body, deeper sleep, and a clearer mind tomorrow. If you've ever felt that "I'm not myself anymore," don't be so quick to resign yourself. Your body has an amazing memory. If you just help it reignite the energy it once had, it will respond with changes that will surprise even you. It is never too late to start caring for yourself properly, and it is never a small thing when you choose to live healthy, live actively, and live with the full quality that your older years deserve. Feel free to share one thing you learned from this video or what you'll do differently starting tomorrow in the comments section. Your sharing not only empowers you, but could also help a friend who is silently struggling feel less alone on their health journey. Thank you for staying with me until the very end. If you found this video helpful, you can give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your loved ones. Because sometimes just one video can change how someone takes care of their own health. We'll see each other in the next video, where I'll continue to bring you knowledge that is relatable, easy to understand, and full of hope for you. See you then.